How are we doing? Today we're going to be discussing Ben White. More importantly, his role and future within this Arsenal team. I've seen quite a lot of discourse online suggesting that Benny Blanco may be replaced by Timber in that right back spot. Let's talk about it, let's discuss it, and let's see what the future holds. Not only is Benny Blanco, otherwise known as Ben White, a superb right back. We all know his role, defensively astute, very good in the action, really good energy, likes to overlap Saka. The relationship on that right hand side of Arsenal's team between White, Ødegaard and Saka is top notch. And at the moment, White has obviously been suffering with a knock. But where there comes injury comes opportunity for other players, and Timber has come into the team and looked very good. He's a bit quicker than White, a bit more agile, probably a better dribbler in tight spaces than Benny Blanco, but doesn't necessarily have as good passing range. So, Timber, though, has impressed. Getting man of the match against in the last game against City, and he has just been very good. So what does this mean? Because obviously you can't keep a player in form out of the team. Is he going to stay at right back? Is Timber's versatility going to mean he can play left back instead of Calafiori? But then Calafiori's a new signing. He's also looked very good. What does the future hold for our Ben White? As you all know, Ben White is versatile. He can also play centre-back, right-back, and has played DM in his career. Now, him at centre-back, he's never going to get in as first-choice right centre-back ahead of Saliba. Left centre-back, you know Arteta likes a left-footed player. Gabriel's in the form of his life. Long-term, I don't see Ben White going to be playing there because he's not left-footed, and Arteta likes that in build-up, just in case, in terms of angles that the left-footed player on the left side creates. So centre-back isn't an option for Ben White long-term. Yes, he can fill in for William Saliba when Saliba's injured or rotated, and yes, he also has locked down that right-back position. But this video more comes to the point: if Timber locks down that right-back role, or someone else, or that position evolves, what do we do with Ben White? Because I don't think you can keep a player of his talents out of the Arsenal first team. So that's the question, and I have the answer. If you watch the video where I went over the Leicester game and how we beat Leicester City, you will see the goal that we scored, I think it was the second goal, Saka had it down the right-hand side and he played a pass on the overlap to Timber. Now, I picked up on it on that video. Timber's run was a lot more direct than White. If you think of direct overlapping, let's say this is Saka, overlapping Saka, he usually goes like that, as in a turning run. That's his traditional overlap, to go round the outside and come from the byline. Timber was a direct run. It was a lot quicker in transition, and you saw how much ground that Timber covered. He's actually looked quicker than Ben White. Now, that is something that Arsenal may look to use in transitions, in play to open up defences, and Timber's pass obviously was exquisite into the box. So we can't take that away. That is just a difference in running style between the two of them and a difference in physical attributes. I think that Timber's probably edges Ben White in terms of offensively. I think Ben White edges Timber in terms of defensively. And obviously, I think Ben White's probably a little bit more physical. His frame's a bit bigger. He's naturally a bit stronger. So Ben White is definitely better defensively. I also think one key point: Ben White is better with his passing range. You see his switch balls from right to left to Martinelli all the time. He's terrific on the ball at passing. Tight spaces, I'd rather have Timber. But in terms of when the play opens up, I'd much rather have Ben White. You know the play is going to be secure with Ben White. Now, two players are coming up to expire their contracts at the end of the season. You've got Thomas Partey, who's in the last year of his contract, and Jorginho. Jorginho looks like he's going to become part of the coaching staff, whether that be a player coach role, we don't know. But it looks like he's going to start being edged out of the team, especially when he hasn't started many this season. Now, we will buy another midfielder, don't get me wrong, in the summer. But I think that Ben White as a 6 is where the future holds. When I went to uni in university in Leeds. And it was when Ben White was playing for Leeds on loan. It was the first year I was at uni. And on occasion, for Leeds, Ben White would play number 6 and he'd boss it in the midfield. Now, we know he's got the long range passing range for it. We know he's secure enough on the ball. We know he's physical enough. He covers enough ground. He's defensively solid enough and very good at reading the play. It's also interesting to look in the chat between Ben White and Carlos Cuesca in the Arsenal documentary, because he massively praises Ben White's ability to get in situations within game. Not necessarily his anticipation or anything like that, but it's more his game activeness, which means the ability for Ben White to be involved in phases of play. The game sort of comes to him because he just gets involved and he's always very active and very present within the game. So, putting Benjamin White into the CDM role, our number 6, so to speak. I know Marino will look like he's going to lock down that position, but imagine a midfield next season at times of Ben White, Rice and Ødegaard. I actually think it would be amazing. Very much like the John Stones role that he's taken up at City. It adds physicality because you can go with a back line of Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, Calafiori. Then you go White in front. And then when Timber goes on the overlap, White just fills in at right back. It would work a treat. I genuinely think this could be the future of Ben White. I think that's where he could play for Arsenal going forwards. Not necessarily this season, but you might see Arteta edging it into the Arsenal team in some games towards the end of the season, just to see if we can unlock that door for Ben White. I just think all his attributes would suit that position. He's played there when he was younger. He's got the stamina. He's got the tackle ability. He's always present. He's got the long range passing, especially the switch ball. That would be great. He can control the tempo when he wants to. Yes, he's not as good in tight spaces, but with the defenders behind him in terms of having that relationship to be able to ping it off Gabriel to Saliba, to Raya, to Timber, Calafiori, he's already built that trust. And he'd also win a lot of aerial duels. You've got to remember he is a big unit. So that's what I think will happen with Ben White going forwards. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I hope you have enjoyed. Click that notification bell if you want to see more from me. Someone in the comments said the indifferent knock, as in, I don't know if he means the videos like the different knocks videos, or if I look like the person who presents the different knock. Don't know, but great channel. I love the interaction. Fair enough. Even if it's a troll, fair enough. But yeah, be sure to subscribe, like the video, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.